Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon TBR. If you are unfamiliar with this readathon, I am helping to co-host this. It was created by Megan and Alessandra from Bookends. There are a whole bunch of other co-hosts. You have Sam from Sarcasm and Sci-Fi, Kat from Brews and Reviews, Megan Susan from the Restricted section, Jessica and Christina from Game of Tomes, and Ashley from Don't Have a Degree in Reading. I'll leave all their channels linked down below, as well as a link to my announcement video and also Megan and Alessandra's announcement video. It is obviously a space-themed readathon. However, you don't have to just read science fiction books if you have other books that would fit into the categories. I've predominantly gone with science fiction books just because I have a ton of them and I really want to read them. There are a few other bits and pieces thrown in there though, just to make up challenges, because I have assigned a book to every single challenge because I clearly am overestimating my ability to get through all of the books in 2 weeks, but that's nothing new. The first 4 books fit the different starting point challenges. So you start on Earth and then you have to choose one of 4 different ships to leave the planet because the planet's going to be destroyed. Ship A is Mars is there waiting to be reached. Choose a book set on Mars. For that, I have picked Golden Sun by Pierce Brown because I have not continued with this series and I do own the next 2 books, so I should probably read it. Ship B is You're in This for the Long Haul. Choose a book over 500 pages, and for that I have picked Cibola Run by James S. A. Corey. This is the 4th book in the Expanse series. Ship C is Oh No, On Your Way to Jupiter You've Hit the Asteroid Belt, and that is to read a new to you author, and for that I have picked The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. And Ship D is reading a short story collection, and I have Star Wars from a Certain Point of View for that one. I'm probably going to pick one of those ships and then do a path and then come back to those books, but I have them all chosen and I want to read all of them, so it may happen. I might just be one of those crazy people that boards ships and goes in all different directions. Next up are the Celestial Body challenges. So these are all the challenges. Once you reach a planet, you have to read a book, and then in order to move on, there's another book that you have to read to get to another planet. So for the sun, that is solar flares, read a book that has a solar disaster or something to do with the sun. This one I think is more fantasy based, but it is The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. The only reason I picked this is because in the blurb, because I was really struggling with this solar challenge, there's something to do with ash that blots out the sun, and I'm going to take that as being a problem. Mercury is the Smallest Planet. Read a book under 250 pages. For that, I have Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Venus Favours the Bold. Read a book with a strong female character. I have Rebel Rising by Beth Revis. Mars Has the Martian Invasion. Read a book featuring aliens, and for that, I'm going with Thrawn Alliance by Timothy Zahn. The Asteroid Belt. Read a space opera. For that, I'm going with Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. I'm assuming that this is a space opera. If not, I'm still going to read it for this challenge anyway. The other alternative is if I've read book 4 in the Expanse series, I'm going to pick up book 5. Jupiter is a Gas Giant. Read a book featuring giants. And for that, I'm going with A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, because giant. I would have reread Sleeping Giants, but I figure I should try and get through some of the unread books on my TBR before I start revisiting some of the ones that I'm just using to fill challenges if I can do it. Saturn, put a ring on it. Read a book with circles on the cover, and for this one I'm going with Shadow Moon by Dominic Dully. Uranus, read a book with some humour or comedic elements to it. For that I'm going with Shades of Grey by Jasper Fforde. His books always have some kind of humour, so I'm going to assume that there's something in this. Neptune, Like the God or the Planet. Read a book that is science fiction with fantasy elements or fantasy with science fiction elements. For that, I'm going with The Lost Plot by Genevieve Cogman. This is book 4 in the Invisible Library series. There's a bit of world hopping in here, which I think is more science fiction-y than fantasy-ish, sort of. It's probably more fantasy, but I'm going with it because I want to read this book. And finally, Pluto, Planet or Not. Read a vintage science fiction book. And I think the criteria was 25 years or older. I think this one meets the criteria. It does, at least from what I've read on the inside of the cover, but you know, I'm really bad with anything that's considered a classic. And that is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I'm pretty sure I have read some Ursula K. Le Guin at some point, but I don't know, and I'm pretty sure that I should at least read one in my lifetime. So this one has come very highly recommended and I'm hoping to get to it. So those are the 14 books to meet all of the different challenges. I will probably not get to all of them, but I do now have some scope for how I travel around the solar system to find my new home now that I have to escape the dying Earth. I know a lot of people have said that they're participating. If you have a TBR video or Goodreads list or Twitter list or whatever, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a link so that other people can find it. I've already had a few people share some links, which is really awesome because that really helps other people find their TBRs as well. I know that all of the co-hosts will be sharing their TBRs relatively soon if they're not already up, and if I can, I'll try and leave them with their links down below as well so that you can get some more ideas. And if you're participating, just let me know. I'd love to know what you guys are going to be doing and what you're planning on reading and how many books you think you might get through. I'm a little bit concerned because I think I've just realized that, yeah, I think I've got like a 2-night school event in the middle of this readathon, which is annoying. Maybe I can take the book and just read it under the table. Would that be bad? Also, my birthday's in here, so I will be doing some sci-fi watching as well because my goal for my birthday is to rewatch my favorite science fiction film. But you may hear about that at another point. I hope that you are having a wonderful day no matter where you are in the world, and I will catch you guys in my next video. See you next time. Bye.